Good morning, everybody. This is Bernie Strom, and welcome to my YouTube channel for today's broadcast of Field of Dreams Baseball. Today, we enter our Season 8 home stretch, the month of September. We've been doing this now for 13 or 14 months. We are in the 8th season of our league. And on the screen, you see the current standings in the Universal and Global leagues. Good morning, Mark. We'll start off with your team, Beantown. They currently hold first place of the Sandlot Division, and you are a shoe-in to win that division. Amazing Manchester, Cleveland, and Lancaster are all too far out to catch you, particularly at the rate at which they win ball games. Hopefully, you'll have a good month of September. I'd like to see your team at least reach 500 when winning the Sandlot Division. So good luck to you. Moneyball Division, once again, St. Louis is on top. Big Clue appears, in my opinion, to be the best GM in the league, always year in and year out as a winning team, and is always fighting for the top spot in his division. Chico's Lehigh, Philadelphia follow with an outside chance of catching them, but the race there in the Moneyball Division is for the wild card spot, and Chico's Lehigh and Philadelphia are all going to be fighting for that. Carlos Diaz comes in. Good morning, Carlos. Natural division is going to be the closest division, in my opinion. All of my simulations up to this point say that it goes down to the last couple of days of the season. Vegas, Hagerstown, and Union Stewards got off to a horrible start this season, find themselves at this point 10 games above 500. They have probably the easiest schedule in the month of September. They are going to win a lot of games in September. They always do. They will be there at the end. If they're not the winners, they're going to be really close. One sim I do, Union Stewards wins by a game or two. Another sim, they lose by a game or two. There's no pattern. There's nothing that can be accomplished other than Vegas, Hagerstown, and Union Stewards are going to the last week of the season with the natural division race. Hagerstown's run by the league. Maybe that's a little secret to all of us. Maybe if we don't do anything with our team, we'll be there at the end. Rain delay, San Francisco, Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake is as close as they've been in a while. And Slash has a great team. San Francisco has a great team. My estimation is that both San Francisco and Crystal Lake are the best two teams in the Universal League. And if you're going to go to the World Series, you're going to have to go through one of those two teams. And if you're going to win the World Series, you're going to have to beat one of those two teams. Anyway, that's a slight short synopsis of the four divisions. In the leader crown, there's some very interesting things in the batting and pitching leaders. First off, Sisler, Collins, and Hornsby lead in batting. George Sisler looks like the batting title is his to win or lose. Babe Ruth, 70 home runs. We will keep an eye on that. I'd like to bring you in one of our upcoming broadcasts this week, Ruth's chase for 80 home runs in the season. And in pitching, as you see the top leaders there, wins. Walter Johnson with 33 wins. We're going to follow him closely, see how close he can get to 40 wins. If he does pitch for 40 wins or Babe Ruth is going to hit for 80 home runs, we will bring you that game as it is played, and it should be pretty exciting. Okay, so without any further ado, my plan is to do 1 week a day through Wednesday. We'll go through the 8th today. We'll do one Global League game. We'll do one Universal League game, each broadcast, and also bring you either Babe Ruth or Walter Johnson's games if they get close to the 80 home run and 40 win plateau. So without any further ado, let's see what we got going. SGJ Jamie comes in to join us. Okay, September 1st, we are going to sim this day. Florence beats Hadley Lake. San Francisco beats Carolina. Manchester, Lancaster, the winners. Cleveland at Amazing, the first game that means anything. Here we go, Vegas at Washington. Every time I sim this, Washington wins this game 90% of the time, and they win it again. Lanier beats McCullers 6-4. Chico's in Philadelphia, another important game. Chico's 12-5. Here you go, Mark, at St. Louis. 5-4 St. Louis, the winner. Hagerstown, Union Stewards, they're battling each other. So one of them is going to be happy, one of them is going to be sad. 7-6 Union Stewards over Hagerstown. Lehigh at the Bronx. Bronx wins 6-5. Apier 11-6. David's desperately wanting to get over 500, and he's getting close. Game 2, Hadley Lake at Florence. 9-5 Florence as they sweep Hadley Lake. And Edmonton, who always seems to have a good team but is in third place, will be playing Crystal Lake, a very tough opponent. And Crystal Lake prevails 4-2. We go to the second. St. Louis at Manchester, natural rivals, but in different divisions this year. St. Louis wins 4-2. Vegas at Hadley Lake. Vegas 10-3 winners. Edmonton at Union Stewards, tough game. Edmonton upsets Union Stewards 10-6. Joe Horland, the winner. Pedro Martinez, 2-2 since he was traded to Union Stewards. San Francisco in an easy game at Florence, 13-1. San Francisco wins. Lancaster at Lehigh. Lehigh is upset by Lancaster. That cannot help their drive for the pennant. 5-1. Chico's at Amazing. Chico's 4-3 winners. Chico's continues to win and are leading the playoff race for the wild card in the Global League. Beantown at Bronx. Okay, Mark. You lose this time 7-3 as David's team makes it to the 500 mark, 68-68. Juan Marshall 4-1 since being traded to the Bronx. Good trade, David. Philly at Cleveland. Philly desperately needs to win as many games as possible. Cleveland upsets them 3-2. Washington at Carolina. Washington is in the same situation. They win 9-3. Washington almost has to run the table. They're 8.5 games out, 10 in the loss column. They do have a good team. Unfortunately, they're stuck in a tough division, just like the Moneyball, the natural division with Vegas, Union Stewards, and Hagerstown. Tough place to play. St. Louis at Manchester, natural rivals. St. Louis squeezes by Manchester, drops Manchester to 10.5 back. St. Louis 8.5 game lead still. Second game of a doubleheader, Vegas at Hadley Lake. Hadley Lake upsets Vegas 7-6. Edmonton at Union Stewards. Union Stewards wins. Closes to within 2.5 games in the natural division. Beantown at the Bronx. Bronx goes above 500. David on a winning streak, 7-5. Crystal Lake at Hagerstown. Crystal Lake 16-3. Hagerstown loses. And second game of a doubleheader. Hagerstown gets even, 9-5. We move on to the third. As we look down, St. Louis still 8.5 ahead. Beantown 8.5 ahead. San Francisco picked up a half a game on Crystal Lake. Vegas loses a game. And both Union Sioux and Hagerstown 4 games back in the loss column. Vegas at Hadley Lake. 11-7 Vegas. Philly needs a win. but they don't get it. Cleveland beats them again. Philadelphia is probably out of it in the money ball division. Washington and Carolina. Washington wins 4-2, sticks their nose above 500. Only 8 games back. They have an outside chance, but they've got to pass 3 teams, so that's always difficult. Beantown at the Bronx. Will David continue his winning streak? Will Beantown make it to 500? Beantown wins 4-1. David's winning streak ends. David's back to 500. Beantown wants to get there. San Francisco at Florence should be an easy game, but it wasn't. 3-2. San Francisco squeaks by. St. Louis at Manchester. 2-1 St. Louis. Manchester continues their nosedive. And St. Louis keeps their lead in the money ball. Lancaster at Lehigh. Lancaster upset them the last game. They do it again, 13-11. I'm going to tell you, at 12 out, Lehigh seems to be in big trouble. Their only goal now should be to win the wild card, would be my opinion. 13-11, Lancaster wins. Hagerstown needing a victory at home against Crystal Lake, and they don't get it. Crystal Lake beats them 4-2. Chico's at Amazing. Chico's needs the win, and they get it 12-2. We move on to the 4th. David Lando is laughing at Lehigh. That's something those guys do to one another. Mike in the Truck is up in here visiting, checking out Field of Dreams Season 8. Nice to have you here, Mike. Thank you for dropping by. We're going to play a game today. We're going to play St. Louis at Lehigh. But before we get there, Chico's will be at Cleveland. Chico's is shut out by Cleveland. They upset them 1-0. That doesn't help Chico's chances for the Moneyball crown, but they're still leading in the wild card. Philadelphia still fighting for the wild card. They lose again to Amazing. They seem to be going in the wrong direction. San Francisco to Vegas, there is the toughest match of the day for me. And I seem to be very lucky. We use the word dice rolls a lot. Well, I must have got the dice rolls because I won that game 3-1. Surprising, even myself. Crystal Lake, Union Stewards, tough matchup. Union Stewards defeats Crystal Lake 5-4. And here we go. Global Division, St. Louis at Lehigh. Pitching for the Hawks, Carlos Rondon. Against Carl Hubble, lineups are in. Great pitching matchup for today's game. Carlos Rondon, 14-6, with a 3.12 ERA against Carl Hubble, 20-17, 285, 5-mile-an-hour breeze, and it's moving left to right, and it's sunny. Lineups for St. Louis, you've seen it before. Collins at second, Pujols at first, Sisler the DH, Dickey hitting cleanup, Clemente in right, Peralta at short. Joe Jackson in left field will be entering the draft pool at the end of this season. Rowland at third base hitting eighth, and Edmonds in center field batting ninth. Left to right in the outfield, Ken Williams, Willie Mays, Abreu in right. As usual, Brett Ramirez, Elomar, Giambi in the infield, Campanella catching, Hubble on the mound. Eddie Collins steps into the batter's box. We're underway. And there's a base hit to lead the game off. Eddie Collins at first base. My turn to get Willie Mays' picture in, which I have to do every game. Don't Ask me why. I have no idea. Okay, we've got Willie Mays. Collins at first, threat to steal. Throw to first. He's back. Hubble delivers to Pujols. And there's 2 hits in a row to lead the game off. Eddie Collins holds at second. Runners on first and second for the league leader in batting. Sisler's got 44 home runs on the season. Great season if it wasn't for Babe Ruth. What's this? This is a foul ball or a bunt? Would he have bunted? He did. Unbelievable. Not my call, but the computer calls a bunt. Runners advance. Sacrifice. Bill Dickey. Hubble strikes out. Runners on second and third. 2 outs. Hubble 1 out away from getting out of this mess. Clemente is going to line drive, snared by Alomar. It looked like it was a single until he got in the way. And after leading off with 2 hits, St. Louis fails to score. We head to the bottom of the first. St. Louis, nothing. Lizards coming to bat. The lineup for Lehigh, Abreu and right, Nicholson at DH. Ramirez, the shortstop, Mays hitting cleanup in center, Giambi fifth at first, Campanella catching, batting sixth, George Brett at third, seventh, Kenny Williams in left, eighth, and Alomar at second base, hitting ninth. In the outfield, Jackson, Edmonds, Clemente. Infield, Roland, Peralta, Collins, Pujols, Dickey catching, Rodon on the mound, and Abreu steps in and leads the game off by striking out. Nicholson walks. Not a threat to steal. Rodon delivers to Ramirez, who hits it deep in the right field. Clemente puts it away. 2 down for Willie Mays. There goes Nicholson, not a threat to steal, and now you know why. Inning is over. Thrown out by Dickey. We head to the top of the second. No score. Peralta, Jackson, and Roland to face Carl Hubble. Kenny Williams has got it for the out. Jackson on the ground to second. Alomar to Giambi, 2 away. Scott Rowland, line drive, base hit in the left field. Third hit of the game for St. Louis. Runner on first. 2 away for Jim Edmonds. That one's on the ground to Ramirez, who's going to throw to first, end the inning. We head to the bottom of the second. There's no score here at Forbes Field. Rondon to face Mays, Giambi, and Campanella. Second strikeout for Rondon. Line drive, base hit in the right field. Jason Giambi on first. Roy Campanella steps in. He's going to hit a slow roller to Peralta at short. It's going to have one play, and it's not going to be in time as Campanella beats out the infield hit. Runners on first and second, 1 away for George Brett. Brett on the ground to Roland. Collins for 1. That's all they're going to get. Brett beats the throw to first. 2 down. Runners on first and third. Kenny Williams. Rondon bears down, strikes him out to end the inning. We head to the third. There's no score here at Lehigh. Carl Hubble will face the top of St. Louis's order, Collins, Pujols, and Sisler. Collins walks. A threat to steal. Pujols steps in, 1-for-1. Throw to first. Pujols line drive in the left center field, base hit. No, it's a catch by Willie Mays. Looked like a hit to me, but Willie Mays, 10-rated center fielder, comes in, dives, and hauls it in as the play is recorded as an out. Collins still at first, George Sisler. On the ground to Alomar, going to toss to Giambi to get the out. Collins advances to second. 2 away, however, for Bill Dickey. He's going to hit it deep in the right field. It's going to be so deep, it's going to end up in the stands. Bill Dickey, 2-run home run here in the top of the third. St. Louis takes the lead. That ball traveled 383 feet. Hubble gives up the home run, and now we'll face Clemente, who flies deep to left field, and Williams puts it away. We head to the bottom of the third, St. Louis leading 2-0. Rondon to face Alomar. After Roberto, the top of the order for Lehigh, Abreu and Nicholson will be batting. Line drive, left field, and Alomar doubles his 17th of the year. Runner on second, nobody out. Potential tying run comes to the plate, Abreu. Well, it's no longer, it's off the wall. I thought it was out of here. It's going to be a double for Abreu. Lizards cut the lead in half. It's now 2-1, 48th double of the year for Bobby Abreu. I thought that was out of here. Nicholson walked his first time up. Is going to lay down a sacrifice bunt. Going to push Abreu to third with less than 2 outs for Hanley Ramirez. Deep to left. That should score Abreu, and we're going to be tied as Jackson throws it into Peralta. 2-2, 2 outs, and Willie Mays up. Mays walks. Jason Giambi, 1-for-1. There goes Mays. Mays steals number 37. Go-ahead run at second. 2 away, Giambi. Throw to second. Mays back. Giambi goes down on strikes. We head to the fourth inning. We're tied at 2. Peralta, Jackson, and Rowland to face Carl Hubble. Peralta down into the left field corner, hugs the line. He's going to round first, head for second. Here's the throw. He's safe. That's his 24th double of the year. St. Louis runner on second, Joe Jackson. He's going to hit it back to the mound. Peralta's going to have to hold. Runner is out at first. Scott Rowland, 1-for-1. Ground ball to Brett. Across the diamond to Giambi. He's out. Peralta, with the ball in front of him, has to stay at second. Jim Edmonds 0-for-1. He strikes out. Hubble gets his second strikeout. After that double, nothing happens. We head to the bottom of the fourth, tied at 2. Campanella, Brett, and Williams. Campy hits a base hit in the left field. George Brett on the ground to Roland. Collins for one. He's going to be an error. That throw goes into right field. Error number 28 on Roland. Runners, however, will hold at first and second. Nobody out. 2 runners on for Ken Williams, who's 0 for 1 today. Lays down the bunt. Great play. That's going to turn into a double play. You don't see that very often. An attempted sacrifice, Kenny Williams. Bunts into a double play. Bill Dickey starts it. Great play by him. Collins to get the double play. Campanella goes to third with 2 away now. Much less promising. Roberto Alomar is going to hit a base hit in the right field, and Alomar saves the day for Lehigh as he singles in the 3rd run of the game. Top of the order, Abreu. Throw to first. Alomar back. 3-2 pitch to Abreu. Strikes him out for the second time. Strikeout number 5 for Hubble. Strikeout number 5 for Rondon. Hubble goes to the mound. They switched pretty quick. When I looked up, saw the pitcher Hubble, and that number 5, I made an error. Rondon strikes out number 5. That is not Hubble's number 5. Collins, Pujols, and Sisler to face Carl Hubble. Line drive. Alomar's got it for the out. Pujols. Hubble gets strikeout number 3. And Sisler is going to line to Giambi. 1, 2, 3 go the Hawks. Halfway home here at Forbes Field. It's 3-2 Lizards. Good crowd here on a Sunday morning here in Las Vegas and on the East Coast, for that matter. 11 o'clock games. The only 11 o'clock game in real life is the Boston Red Sox on their Patriot Day doubleheader. The Patriot Day game, they run a game at 11 so the crowd can dump out into Kenmore Square after the game and watch the end of the Boston Marathon. Nicholson, Ramirez, and Mays to face Rondon. Number 6 for Rondon. Ramirez on the ground to Eddie Collins to Pujols. 2 quick outs. And Willie Mays, who's 0 for 1, steps in. He goes down. That's Rondon's 7th strikeout. We head to the 6th, 3-2 Lehigh. Dickey, who started that double play on the sacrifice, will lead off, followed by Clemente and Peralta. Dickey goes down, number 4 for Hubble. Clemente on the ground to George Brett, going to make a great play, and that's always an out. Great play number 20 for George Brett. And Johnny Peralta to center field. Mays on his horse, puts it away. Quick 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Score is Lizards 3, Hawks 2. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, back in the bottom of the 6th. Giambi, Campanella, and Brett to face Rondon. Starting pitch is still in there for everybody. Line drive. Great play. Number 38 for Eddie Collins. Arthur Rhodes coming into pitch. Rondon has reached his pitch count. Arthur Rhodes this season, 3.00 ERA, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 save in 21 innings. Campanella on the ground to Peralta. Going to be close, but Pujols has got it for the out. George Brett, number 1 for Rhodes. We head to the 7th, 3-2 Lehigh. Bottom third of St. Louis's order, Jackson, Rowland, and Edmonds. Mays has got it for the out. Line drive, George Brett catches it for the out. And Jim Edmonds, Hubble's fifth strikeout. Here's my favorite song as we head to the bottom of the seventh inning. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Lizards, 4 left on base. For the Hawks, 2, 5, and 1 also has left 4 men on base. Rose will be pitched. Williams, Alomar, Abreu, the top of the Lehigh order. To right field, Clemente could only watch it. And it is in the stands. Ken Williams, home run number 15. And that's the second home run today that traveled 383 feet. Must be a computer game. Alomar up. One ball, 2 strikes. And Alomar gets a 3-ball pitch. Runner on first. Abreu up. Fly to right down the line. It's out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Throw to first. Here's Rhodes pitch to Abreu. There goes Alomar. He is safe with his 32nd stolen base. Arthur Rhodes turns red. Fred Nicholson up. And Al Reyes will be coming on to pitch. Reyes, 198 ERA, 3-1 record with 3 saves. In 50 innings, what stands out from what I can see is in 50 innings, he's allowed only 25 hits. Intentionally walks Nicholson to face DeHanley Ramirez, who hits it on the ground to Pujols, is going to take it to the bag himself. 2 away, runners advance for, yeah, you guessed it, Willie Mays. Mays on the ground to Collins. He's out. The inning is over. We head to the top of the 8th. 4-2 Lizards. Hubble, the starter, still on the mound for Lehigh, and unless he gets in trouble, will finish since he's got an estimated pitch count of 140. Ozzie Smith comes in to play short. As a defensive replacement, here's the pitch to Collins. Williams has it for the out. Pujols. And Mays has it for the out. George Sisler. And Ozzie Smith gets that one. 1, 2, 3, go the Hawks. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 4-2. Lehigh. Computer checks in. Reyes looks fine. Going to pitch to Giambi, but Stan Kovaleski comes in to pitch. Interesting move. Kovaleski is in the starting rotation, but they bring him in. Base hit in the right field. Giambi. Singles. He's on first. Campanella 2 for 3. Goes down on strikes. Kovaleski pitching to Brett. Line drive. Base hit up the middle. And Lehigh's in business. 2 runners on, 1 out for Kenny Williams, who homered his last time up. He's on the ground to Pujols. Peralta for one. That's all they're going to get. 2 away. Runners on first and third for the number 9 hitter, Roberto Alomar. Kovaleski gets his second strikeout of the inning. We head to inning number 9, 4-2 Lizards. Carl Hubble trying to get his 18th win of the season by pitching a complete game. Will have his work cut out for him as Dickey, Clemente, and Peralta step in. And just like that, Dickey singles to right. Brings the tying run to the plate, Roberto Clemente. 0 for 3 today. He walks. He represents the tying run. He is on first. And Johnny Peralta, who's got a hit today, is up. Deep to left field, but Williams gets it at the fence. Throws it in. Runners go back to their respective bases, and Joe Jackson steps up. 0 for 3 today. Now he's 0 for 4, and Lehigh 1 out away from picking up a game on the Hawks as Scott Rowland taps his spikes with his bat. 1 for 3 on the day. Steps in to face Carl Hubble. Fly to right. Abreu is going to watch that. It go into the stands by a foot. It is foul to the right of the foul pole. That ball looked like a home run, but it's at the last minute, as those balls do off a right-handed bat, slicing to right field. It is foul. Hubble delivers. Line drive. Another foul ball. We're going to have to endure this suspense one more time. The pitch. Fly ball, center field. Mays puts it away. The game is over. The Lehigh Lizards defeat the St. Louis Hawks. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Lehigh. St. Louis 2-6-1. As the first game of today's Global Universal League doubleheader is in the books. St. Louis had Bill Dickey 2 for 4. He also did well behind the plate, starting a double play on a sacrifice bunt attempt. That's the highlights for St. Louis. Lehigh, however, have Giambi and Campanella both with 2 hits apiece, along with Roberto Alomar. Losing pitcher Rondoni's 14-7, pitched 5 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them were earned, 7 strikeouts, a couple of walks. Rhodes, Reyes, and Kovaleski finish up. Lehigh has Hubble winning his 21st game of the year. He is now 21-17. 9 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. He's having a good year. That's it for that game. And we are going to sim the rest of today. We got one more game in the books coming up, I think either on the 6th or the 7th. But until then, Lancaster at Beantown. Lancaster upsets Beantown 6-2. Bronx looking to go above 500. They don't, however, as Manchester defeats them 15-4. Edmonton at Hagerstown. 9-2 Hagerstown, as Hagerstown remains 4.5 back of Vegas. Hadley Lake at Carolina, game of losing teams, 9-8 Hadley Lake. Washington on a winning streak needs another one, and they get it 3-1 as Washington goes to 71-69 and are still in it in the Natural Division. Crystal Lake at Union Stewards, good game. Crystal Lake defeats Union Stewards 7-2. We head to Wednesday the 5th. A quick review of the standings shows St. Louis still 8.5 games ahead where they started the week. Beantown 8.5 games ahead. I think they started the week there too. San Francisco, speaking of starting the week, they are 5 games ahead of Crystal Lake. And Vegas, 3.5 games ahead of the Union Stewards. I believe that's where they started the week. No progress made so far. We head to day number 5. As I glance over, yep, I think the next game we play is on the 6th. So Chico's at Cleveland. Chico's needing a win. They don't get it. Cleveland upsets them. Cleveland's been playing the spoiler this week from what I could see. We quickly sim Carolina 6-5 over Hadley Lake. Philadelphia needing a victory. They get it 5-3 over Amazing. San Francisco looking to revenge their loss. And they do 3-2 winner, Bunning over Messerschmitt. Washington on a winning streak. They lose, however, as Florence upsets them 4-2. Lancaster at Beantown. Beantown looking for a win. They get it 4-1. St. Louis looking to avenge their loss. They don't, however. Lehigh beats them 2 games in a row. Lehigh closes to within 10 games. They win this game 5-1. Bronx looking to get to 500 again. And they do, defeating Manchester 10-2. Edmonton at Hagerstown. Edmonton is playing the spoiler. They've got a good team. I just feel bad that Jeff has got those 2 teams ahead of him, probably the best 2 teams in the Universal League, San Francisco and Crystal Lake. Hagerstown loses 7-2, and Crystal Lake facing the Union Stewards. Union Stewards wins 11-4 as they pick up a game on Vegas. What a surprise. Thursday the 6th. Let's see, what game do we want to play here? Is it here or is it the 7th? Well, maybe it was the 8th. I can't remember. Where's this game I'm playing? Hagerstown Union Stewards. That's the one. We'll play it on the 6th. Let's make sure the 5th is done. It is. Here we go to the 6th. Philly at Chico's. Both teams need a win. Philadelphia gets one. Chico's falls to 9 games back. Philly wins 6-2. Carolina at Washington. Washington maintains their winning streak. Now they're only 7.5 back. It's getting closer. They win 11-4. Let's check the box score. I want to see how Babe Ruth is doing. 1 for 1, and he walked 4 times. Let's go over to batting and check his home runs. He's at 73. Manchester at St. Louis. Natural rivals. 11-2 St. Louis. Scherzer 5-1 since St. Louis has got him in a trade with my team Vegas. Bronx looking to go above 500. Beantown looking to get to 500. Bronx wins 10-1. Apier 12-6 over Newhauser 13-12. We're playing Hagerstown at Union Stewards as both teams try to close the gap on Vegas. For Hagerstown, the league run team, Tyler Glasnow, will be facing Sandy Koufax. We got a good game. Here we go. Lineups are in. Tyler Glasnow, the 9-7 with a 4.27 ERA, faces Sandy Koufax, 13-5. 323 light rain today with an 11-mile-an-hour wind left to right. Based on what I'm looking here, we should see some home runs today. First of all, Great American Ballpark is where we're at, right? Citizens Bank Park. Citizens Bank Park, known for a hitting park. And we've got a bunch of home run hitters: Pedroia, Mantle, Wagner, McGuire, Zunio, Matthews as a Rosarina, Maris, and Kiermaier for Hagerstown. In left field, Medwick, center field, Cobb, Strawberry, and right. Infield, left to right, Polanco, Crawford, Hornsby, and Howard for Union Stewards. Piazza catching, Koufax pitching. Stepping in is Pedroia. We're underway. Pedroia back to the mound, one away. Mickey Mantle. Left center field, two away. Wagner strikes out. Koufax gets him on strikes. We head to the bottom of the first. Hagerstown, nothing. Union Stewards coming to bat. The batting order for Union Stewards: Cobb, Medrick, Crawford, Hornsby, Jones, Strawberry, Howard, Piazza, Polanco. Outfielder, Rosarina, Mantle, and Maris, left to right. Matthews, Wagner, Pedroia, McGuire in the infield. Zunio catching, Glasnow pitching, and Ty Cobb steps in. And like he does so often, he leads this game off with a double. Number 41 for Ty Cobb. Union Stewards going to be a hard team to beat. Throw to second. My gut tells me they're going to win this division, even though I'm not rooting for them. But my brain sees something different. Wild pitch. Cobb to third. Medrick walks. Nobody out. Runners on first and third. And Union Stewards leads the league in runs scored. Threatening here in the bottom of the first. Crawford, line drive. Matthews pulls it out of the air, one away. Rogers, Hornsby. Well, if you want someone up with runner in scoring position, Hornsby's the guy, batting .346. To center field, and Mantle can only watch it go into the seats. Home run number 59, traveled 433 feet. And like I said at the top of the broadcast, wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of home runs, and there is the first one of the day, 3-0. Union Stewards. Chipper Jones, line drive to Pedroia. And Darryl Strawberry. Maris catches it. We head to the top of the second. Union Stewards leads 3-0. McGuire to face Koufax on the ground. Crawford to first for the out. Koufax gets his second strikeout, and Eddie Matthews goes down on strikes, his third strikeout. We head to the bottom of the second, 3-0. Union Stewards, Ryan Howard playing first base. Maris puts it away. Piazza, that's out of here. Home run number 2 for Union Stewards, and number 40 for Piazza. Like I said, you're going to see some home runs today. 387 feet. Placido Polanco strikes out. Catcher drops the ball, throws to first for the out, 2 down. And already back to Ty Cobb, who lines out to Pedroia to end the inning. We head to the top of the third, 4-0. Union Stewards. Koufax pitching, walks a Rosarina. Roger Maris. I remember he does not hit left-handers well, and he strikes out number 4. Kiermaier. There goes Randy. He's caught stealing. 2 outs. Kiermaier now facing Koufax. On the ground to Hornsby. Over to Howard for the out. We head to the bottom of the third, 4-0. Who's going to hit the home run this inning? Medwick up. That ball's hitting the right field all the way to the wall. Medwick rounding first, headed for second, rounding second, headed for third. The throw, he slides, he's safe. Second triple of the year for Medwick. He's on third with no outs. Brandon Crawford strikes out. Rogers Hornsby on again with a runner in scoring position, but he walks. Glasnow wasn't fooling. Chipper Jones. Fly to center. Mantle's got it. Medwick should tag. He does. Scores easily. It's now 5-0. Darryl Strawberry. Strike one. Innings over. We head to the fourth. 5-0. Union Stewards. Koufax facing Pedroia. Cobb's got it. Mickey Mantle. Drop third strike. Throw to first for the out. And Wagner to Cobb. 1-2-3 goes Hagerstown. Bottom of the inning. Union Stewards have scored in every inning. Howard to short. Throw to first. Going to be close. He's out. Piazza homered his last time up. Singles now. Runner on first. Polanco. Mantle on his horse has it. For the out, Piazza returns to the bag. And Ty Cobb again. Roger Maris sizes it up, puts it away. We head to the fifth. 5-0 Union Stewards. Koufax with a 5-0 lead seems like a shoe-in to me. McGuire goes down swinging. Zunio to left. And that is out of here. Well, there you go. I told you you're going to see home runs. Zunio, 347 feet, home run number 17. It's now 5-1. Eddie Matthews on the ground. Polanco's got it. Throw to first. He's going to be safe. Matthews beats out the infield hit. And Randy Rosarina steps in to face Koufax. Line drive. Polanco's got it. 2 outs for Roger Maris. He walks. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Kiermaier up. The delivery. Wild pitch by Koufax. Runners go to second and third. Union Stewart team would sure like to strand these 2 runners on, Maris and Matthews. The pitch to Kiermaier. And there's a line drive down in the right field corner. That ball's bouncing around. That should score 2 runs. Kiermaier on the way to second. He rounds second on his way to third, slides, and it's the second triple of the game, 17th triple of the year for Kiermaier. And we've got a game. It's 5-3. Union Stewards hoping for one more out. It's raining, and we got an official game with one more out. Koufax to Pedroia. On the ground to Hornsby. It's official. We go to the bottom of the fifth. 5-3 Union Stewards. Okay, Glasnow to face Medwick, Crawford, and Hornsby, and Steve Tate is right. I wish both teams would lose, but I'll accept one. I'm, of course, rooting for Hagerstown since Union Stewards I perceive to be the bigger threat. They certainly have the best lineup in the league. Medwick, speaking of the best lineup in the league, is going to double the right field to start the game, maybe a triple. It's a double. Medwick stays at second. Number 19. As you can see, Union Stewards have scored 3 of the 4 innings. And they're looking to make it 4 out of 5 with Crawford, who hits it on the ground, and McGuire is going to take it to the bag. Medwick is going to advance as Crawford does his job for Rogers Hornsby, who's batting .347. He seems to be always up with runners in scoring position. And once again comes through. 6-3 Union Stewards, Chipper Jones. One ball, no strikes. Hornsby doesn't go. The delivery. There he goes. He's safe, stolen base number 17. Another runner in scoring position for Union Stewards. Jones is walked to set up the double play to Darryl Strawberry. Deep in the right field. Well, you're not going to get a double play if you hit the ball out of here. And like I said, home runs galore today. This ballpark, these two teams, I don't know how many home runs. I've lost track, but that is now 9-3. Union Stewards. We're going to zoom it to the end of the seventh, see where we are. Here we go. 10-7, we've got a game, top of the eighth. Papelbon on for Union Stewart. Wagner, McGuire, and Zunio due up. Okay. We got an interesting situation. Hey, there's the CPU button. Okay, Papelbon to face Wagner as 7 runs scored by Hagerstown in the last 3 innings. Has now made it a 10-7 game. Let's see what happens. Papelbon to Wagner. Cobb's got it for the out, 1 down. McGuire dropped third strike, throw to first to get the out, and Zunio was homered earlier in the game. Is going to fly to left. 1-2-3 goes Hagerstown. We head to the bottom of the eighth. Union Stewards 10, Hagerstown 7. Lyle is okay. He's going to pitch to Hornsby, Jones, and Strawberry. Wagner catches the line drive for the out. Jones batting right-handed against the left-handed pitching Lyle. And you guessed it, Chipper Jones, home run number 24. 11-7. Ball traveled 407 feet. Once again, I've lost track of the home runs. Home runs in the game, Hagerstown 2. Union Stewards 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 home runs. I told you we were going to see those. Lyle pitching to Strawberry, homered last time we visited with him. Singles into left. 14th hit of the game. Lyle turns red. And Wilmer Flores will pinch hit. Lyle strikes him out. 2 away runners on first. 11-7. Sort of like a craps score. Piazza on the ground, and McGuire flips to Lyle covering. Ends the eighth, but not before Union Stewards get their 11th run. It's 11-7. We go to the ninth. Can Papelbon hold them? Let's find out if it's Papelbon or going to be somebody else. Papelbon pitches to Matthews. Matthews walks. Nothing's going to be easy with these two teams. Randy Arozarena, 1 for 2 today. He's hit by a pitch, and Papelbon allows the first 2 runners to get on base. Hard to believe. Roger Maris. We got a right-handed pitcher coming in. I don't know. If I was a computer, I'd send the left-handed pitcher to pitch to Maris. Pop up to the infield. Polanco puts it away, 1 out. Kiermaier down the line. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Kiermaier, is this a double play ball? Polanco to second for 1. That's all they're going to get. 2 away as Leon, 1 out away from securing a victory for Union Stewards. Going to pitch to Pedroia. Pedroia's going to hit it in the left field. Base hit. Kiermaier's going to third. It's 11-8, and Mickey Mantle's up. He represents the tying run. Well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to push a button. Billy Wagner coming in. Mantle switches to the right side. And Mantle goes down swinging. The game is over. Union Stewards squeaked by Hagerstown 11-8. 11 runs, 14 hits, no errors, 9 left on for Union Stewards. Hagerstown, 8 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 3 left on. Let's check the box score. Lots of numbers on the box score. For Hagerstown, the only person with 2 hits was Kiermaier, the number 8 hitter, but home runs in the game, Zunio and Wagner. For Union Stewards, hits galore. Medwick with 3, Hornsby with 3. 2 hits for Strawberry. 2 hits for Piazza. Home runs by Hornsby, Piazza, Strawberry, and Jones. Let's look at the pitching here. Losing pitcher Glasnow now 9-8, pitched 4 1/3, 8 hits, 9 runs, all 9 earned. Struck out 3, walked 3. McHugh and Lyle finished the game. Union Stewards, Koufax now 14-5. He pitched 6 1/3, allowed 7 hits, 7 runs, all earned. Struck out 8, walked 2. Papelbon came on, Leon with the hold, and Wagner with his ace save of the season. What do we got left for the week? Let's find out. We're going to finish. We're going to stop on the 8th. I'll zip it up and post the file, but it won't be for about 45 minutes because my computer takes about a half hour to zip the file this time of the year. If someone else wants to play a week, please feel free to do it. If not, I will do week number 2 tomorrow and go through game the 15th. Lehigh at Lancaster. Lehigh needs a win. They get it 5-2. Amazing at Cleveland. Who cares game? Crystal Lake at Edmonton. Crystal Lake chasing San Francisco. 7-5 winners. Florence at San Francisco should be an easy game. But San Francisco has a little trouble, but wins 8-5. Hadley Lake at Vegas. Vegas looking for a win. They don't get it. Hadley Lake shuts them out as the Union Stewards closes to within a game and a half. 3 games back in the loss column. Carolina at Washington. Washington on a winning streak, and they keep it going. They're now 6.5 back. There are 4 teams in that race. As we move to the 7th, this should be interesting with these final 2 days. Manchester at St. Louis. 3-1 St. Louis victory. They now move to 10 ahead of Chico's. Hagerstown looking to revenge. They don't get it. Union Stewards 15-8. Pedro Martinez 3-2 now. Union Stewards close to within a game. Amazing at Cleveland. 6-4. Amazing. Both teams need a win. Philly at Chico's. Chico's gets it 11-9. Hadley Lake at Vegas. Vegas wins 6-3. Needed that win. Bronx at Beantown. Bronx looking to go 2 games above 500. Beantown looking to get closer to 500. Bronx wins 7-5. Lehigh looking to beat Lancaster. 11-3 winners. Crystal Lake at Edmonton. Crystal Lake looking to close to 5.5. They don't. Edmonton playing the spoiler puts them 6.5 back. Florence facing San Francisco again, 11-6 San Francisco. They now have a 7-game lead. And Washington looking to continue their win streak. They do. It is 8-2 over Carolina. Washington's had a great week. One more day, and then we'll zip it up. Here we go. Manchester at St. Louis. 7-4. Manchester gets a rare win. Manchester is now 30 games under 500. St. Louis, 9-game lead in their division. Same story with Bronx and Beantown. Bronx loses 11-10. Beantown gets a win in 16 innings. They'd like to see them get to 500 before the season ends. Hagerstown at Union Stewards. Will Union Stewards complete the sweep? They don't. Hagerstown wins 4-3, drops the Union Stewards to 2 games back temporarily because Hadley Lake will be at Vegas later in the day. Lehigh looking to win. They do 4-2. Lehigh now 9 games back, tied with Chico's behind St. Louis. Amazing in Cleveland. 4-0. Amazing. Florence at San Francisco. San Francisco 15-4. A game Philly at Chico's. Everybody needs to win, but only Philadelphia does as Chico drops to 9.5 back. Washington looking to keep it going. They do 4-3. I don't think Washington's lost this week. Hadley Lake at Vegas. Vegas 16-4. Pete Alexander now 5-2 since the trade to Vegas from St. Louis. DiMaggio home run number 33. And Crystal Lake at Edmonton. Crystal Lake desperately needs a win. They get it. Don't get it. Excuse me, they do get it. 5-1 over Edmonton. Ryan over Lynn. That's it for the week. Let's see what we look like here on the leaderboards and the standings. That was fun. Bernie, you have an audience. Read your chat. Easy and casual. Scully, stop hugging the camera and show the game. Well, there I am in my bathrobe. I don't know how that one got there. Let's find out what's going on. That's funny. I don't know what's going on, but this appears to be a problem with StreamYard. There we go. Hopefully you guys see what I'm seeing. There it is. Here we go. Sorry that you guys have missed the game. I hope my play-by-play worked okay. Oh, that's funny. Someone ought to tell me how long I went on the screen because I have no idea when that went off. That was funny. Okay. Can we see the standings? Okay, I missed the last few innings. Do the standings appear on there? Just want to make sure you can see what I can see. Okay. I don't know what happened with StreamYard, but it took it off automatically. I apologize, but that's what you need. You need to see me on the screen. That's a lot of fun. Okay. Let's look at the standings. Sandlot, Beantown, 69-77, 8.5 games ahead of Cleveland, and amazing. That race is over here with 3 weeks to go in the season. I'm rooting for Beantown and Mark to get to 500. Moneyball, St. Louis picked up a half a game. They were 8.5 ahead when the week started. They're now 9 up on Lehigh. Chico's 9.5. There is a battle for the wild card. MV saying we see Bernie. MV likes the color of my robe. He must be behind because Jamie tells me the standings are up. So I'm going to assume the standings are up. I see the standings on my monitor. Anyhow, St. Louis, 9 games up. Natural division, Union Stewards picks up a game. They're only 2.5 back, 4 back in the loss column. So they didn't gain on the loss column, but they gained a game because they must have played a couple of games more than Vegas did. Hagerstown, 5.5 back, 6 back in the loss column. Washington, who I want to go to here because I want to show you this. I think they won every game this week. Nope. Started September 1st. They won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1 in September as Washington's making a move. Also in that division, Hagerstown. Let's see what they did. Hagerstown, not so well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hagerstown went 2 and 6. Union Stewards had a good week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 3. They played 9 games, which shows why they picked up a game. And Vegas, who's 80 and 62. 1, 2, 4 losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. That's how they lost. Anyway, they lost a half game. 1 game, 2.5 back. Rain delay, San Francisco 7 up on Crystal Lake. They picked up 2 games. Ruth, 75 home runs. We're getting closer to the magic 80. Johnson, 34 wins. Getting a little closer to 40. We'll keep an eye on Babe Ruth. If he gets to 78 home runs, we're going to show some Washington games. I would think that it would be fun to watch Ruth hit home run number 80. Midlife crisis. May I suggest that the top 4 teams in the Sandlot play division playoff to decide a division champion? Seems only fair. Well, isn't the whole season a playoff? We're going to get down to the last week. I think all 4 teams, and they are good teams, will be battling to the end. Anyway, I want to thank Midlife Crisis, Mark, for coming in, MV, for praising the color of my bathrobe. SJ Jamie, thank you. SGJ Jamie, thank you for telling me it was up. Also, I'd like to thank Carlos Yaz and Slashed for calling me Scully. I'm glad I was able to call the game so you could follow it. I apologize once again for not glancing down at the chat to see that earlier. Steve Tate came in. David Landau was here. When I lost viewers, I should have known that the game was off the screen. Anyway, is that everybody? Mike of the truck stopped by to say hello. And the first one in the ballpark was Mark from Beantown. Anyway, hope everybody has a great day. Enjoyed the week. I will zip this up and post it. If nobody else does a week, I'll do a week tomorrow and take it to the 15th. Hope everybody has a wonderful Sunday. See you on Discord.